All right, so we're going to take a look at the if function we just put together, and we're going to put that into Excel. All right, so we're going to do it for the first person in row 6. We're again calculating the bonus, which is step 5 on page 384. So let's go ahead and put what we just wrote out on the board. Let's go ahead and put that into Excel. And it's, like I said, going to be long and ugly, and if you miss a comma, it'll give you an error, but let's give it a try anyway. So we have the if, the parenthesis, and then the and. And we said the first one, if the years of service, which is cell M6, is greater than or equal to 1, but there's one more piece of information that we need, so we put in a comma, one more logical test. And we're going to say also if the pay grade in I6 is equal to 1. And close my parenthesis. Right there is my logical tests. Has to be years of service greater than 1 and pay grade equal to 1. So I do my comma. I'm moving from my logical test now to the value of true. If that's true, what is my bonus again? 3,000. That's right. Okay. If it's false, do I have one number to just type in? Nope, I have to reevaluate. Okay, so I'm going to do my if and again. Okay. If it's not years of service greater than 1 and pay grade equal to 1, it could be several other things yet. So we need to reevaluate. We're going to say, okay, well, our years of service in M6, they still need to be greater than or equal to 1 to be eligible. That logical test is done, so we're going to move to the second one. And now this time the pay grade in I6, we're doing equal to 2. Okay? Those are the two things that $6,000 bonus depends on, so we're going to close out our logical test and type in our comma and move to the true value. If that's true, years of service greater than 1 and pay grade 2, what is the bonus?
6,000.
6,000, that's right. So we put that in there. If it's false, do we have just one number to enter? We do. If it's false, it's 8,000, but they're also asking us to put in NE for not eligible. So we do still have 2 more things to evaluate. Okay? So we have to do another if and. Okay, my logical test is the same. Their years of service has to be greater than or equal to 1. This time their pay grade, I6, has to be equal to 3. Those are the 2 things that $8,000 bonus depends upon. So we can close out our logical tests and put in our comma to move from the logical test here to, you can see here, this is highlighted, logical test here. As soon as we hit that comma, it moves us to the value of true. Okay? If that is true, what's the dollar amount of our bonus?
8,000.
8,000, that's right. Okay, so that's our true value. We're going to hit the comma, and it says here value of false. Is there anything left to evaluate, or is just the not eligible left?
The not eligible is left.
Yep, that's all that's left. They either get 3, 6, 8, or they're not eligible. That's all that's left, so that can go in our false value. We're done with the nested ifs. We have nothing left to evaluate. Okay, so here is what we're saying in Excel language. If years of service is greater than or equal to 1 and the pay grade is 3, or 1, I'm sorry, the pay grade is 1. If that's true, they get a $3,000 bonus. If it's false, we need to reevaluate. Are the years of service greater than or equal to 1 and is the pay grade equal to 2? If that's true, they get a $6,000 bonus. If it's false, we need to reevaluate. Are my years of service greater than or equal to 1 and my pay grade equal to 3? If that's true, I get an $8,000 bonus. if it's false, the only thing left is not eligible. So we put in that NE notification. Okay, and so here's where we have to close out all our parentheses. We already know that we need 3 of them. And like I said, Excel will color code the parentheses, and the last one will be black. The first one and the last one, that matching pair will be black. What's that?
Mine are all black.
It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. They show up really nice on there, but on the screen, it's
Yeah.
kind of like the
Oh, yeah.
green and the black.
It only looks that way in the cell. Up here on the formula bar, they're all black. Yeah. Unless you hit edit, then they'll change colors. Okay, so go ahead and hit enter. And you can see that it fills down for everybody.
Didn't for me.
And if you, I'll come take a look at yours. If you try and proofread it, Carol. See what you can find. If you check it, okay, here's years of service 1 and pay grade 3 is 8,000 the right bonus? Yeah. Okay, NE, years of service is 1, but pay grade is 4. Does that mean they're not eligible? Yeah, it does. Okay, so it looks like our answers are reasonable and accurate. You'll always want to check for that because it's very easy just to miss one thing. Okay? Now the last piece of this is that if error message. Okay? Now remember the syntax for the if error looked like this. Since I don't want to have to switch between the board and the screen, I'll just do this. So the syntax for the if error looked like this. Inside the parenthesis was whatever function, you know, in the book they say expression, and it's essentially whatever formula or function you have in your cell already, okay, is the first thing that goes inside the if error parentheses. After that, you do a comma, and then in quotation marks, you put in your custom error message and your parentheses. So really all you're doing is using what's already in the cell, and after that doing comma and typing in your custom error message, which in this one they wanted the error message to be invalid pay grade. Okay? So what that means here is I'm going to hit F2 to edit. So when I hit F2, it pulls my entire function up. And here's what I do. I click after the equal sign. I don't mess with anything here. Leave that alone. So I do the if error and start my parenthesis. Okay, if error, start my parenthesis. And then after my function, at the very end, I do my comma and my custom error message, invalid pay grade, in quotation marks. And then end my parenthesis. Remember, we're just following this syntax here. I leave this alone. That was already in the cell. I add simply these letters in this parenthesis. Then after the expression, I do the comma, and then in quotation marks, my custom error message. Then I close out the parenthesis. Actually, we needed to do that differently. But that's okay. You guys get the syntax for the if error. Actually, what we need to do is we do need to write another nested if function that if it's not eligible or years of service is less than 1, they're not eligible. Otherwise, write the error message. But that's okay. This gives you an idea of how the if error works and how to nest those if and functions, or nest the if functions. Okay, that's really what's important. All right, we're going to pause this.